three this week, and you have got three Leicester players as well. You've got Maddison, Sionchu, and Vardy. You going to keep those three?
I'm likely to keep Vardy, even though he's had a baby, hasn't he? So like he's probably knackered. He's probably been up.
His wife had it, mate.
Put in the groundwork because he's probably just knackered. So it's probably affected him, But
So you're going to take him out?
I'm probably going to keep him, but I'm probably not going to cap him for a bit. I'm probably going to move things around. I'm thinking about doing a wild card because I've had a disastrous couple of weeks, so the players are not really performing, making really rash decisions, and kind of not leaving it to players to settle. And I think that's been my weakness the last couple of weeks, just getting players in and out and making those really quick decisions, but very wrong decisions. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, start again.
So did I hear that right? You're going to play your Wildy captain?
No, I'm not going to do it this week because I've spent ages trying to build, get a few Liverpool players in. I've got a West Ham player in, and to my expense, that was probably a mistake. But I think you made a mistake by getting Martin in and him not playing, and I ended up buying Fabianski and then kind of transferring him out the week after because obviously he's injured, and ended up getting in the new signing in. So I don't know. We'll see how. I mean, it's obviously a double game week. We'll see, but with West Ham playing Leicester and Liverpool, I can't really see them getting many points for that. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and Sean John McGinn fanboy, you've got Peter Schmeichel's young lad in goal, Casper. Are you feeling confident with that at the moment, knowing that Leicester are on this downward trend?
He's still been pretty solid, even throughout that period. I think it's just more lack of firepower up front from them. Last week against Southampton, he got, I believe, extra points were saved and possibly a bonus point. I need to double check that, but he was still scored decent considering they got beat 2-1. So for me, I'll stay with him for now.
Yeah, you're right. He did get the bonus point. I think the one thing I look at in our league is a lot of us have still got Maddison, and I saw Harvey Barnes had a really great game against Burnley. He scored one. He would have got the assist had Vardy have converted that penalty. Is it perhaps time that maybe Maddison goes? I mean, we've spoken about it all sort of season, and he's stayed with most of us. But I think Ricky, you've removed him. Do you feel envy? Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I removed him a few weeks ago. It was just the whole Leicester thing. It was also to free up funds as well. Just to clarify, because I was trying to get Aubameyang in, and we know what happened with that. But I just wasn't convinced that it was worth the money. I was seeing Grealish, on the upturn. I thought he was really in form over Maddison, really, and they're both kind of similar kind of players. But I think Grealish is more of a goal threat than Maddison. Yeah. Maddison's more the playmaker. He's more the De Bruyne type character. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't be hanging on, especially the way Leicester's playing at the moment.
So if there's one to get rid of, it is probably Maddison. And you mentioned Grealish there. Another man who has Grealish in his team is NVD. NVD, you're sitting in fourth position. You've sort of consolidated that. It feels like home to you now. I think you've had it for 4 weeks.
That's it. I feel like Arsenal of seasons past when they used to secure the fourth place trophy, that Champions League spot. Captain.
Have you got your eyes set on moving up, or are you happy just sitting there?
Yeah, at the moment? I've got my Periscope fully tracked.
I'm on my way down. So
I'm on the captain's boat.
I'm off to get
Captain Russ. You are only 16 points ahead of NVD now. NVD is clawing you in, and you could be sitting in fourth soon yourself. So it's a bit of a battle there. I mean, NVD, you had Alexander-Arnold and Salah. Mane, your Liverpool contingent there, all did fairly well, except for Mane. As you mentioned, though, he did get an assist, but that Firmino goal was chalked off for a foul by Van Dijk. And Salah, it must have irritated you slightly seeing him pull his shirt off. And as we were watching it, Ricky was trying to understand what boxers he was wearing, but he got a minus point for that, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I mean, that was a little silly, to be honest. But well,
that was the difference between 45 and 46 for you. I mean, you're above the average of 44.
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing, to be honest. It's disappointing. You know what? I was trying to just not use 2 transfers on the off chance of having to use 2 transfers for this game week, and yeah, you know what? I didn't want to get an expensive, so I took out Rashford because he was injured. I pretty much knew he wasn't going to play. But
he's out until mid-February now.
He is.
For listeners,
he's out for quite a few games. Yeah. And to be honest, I re-jumped. I mean, had Danny Wings right at the start of the season. I re-jumped on that bandwagon, and he's just, I've probably been the that has brought an end to his free
and
scoring
2 goals
range.
for the Saints as well this week, and no sign of Ings. I couldn't believe it.
Terrible. So. I think kind of it's an interesting one. I know we'll kind of talk more about the double game week for Liverpool and West Ham, but it's an interesting one as to whether I get rid of a defender or a midfielder and put a forward like Firmino in. But remains to be seen. Or I might just kind of go completely left field and triple captain Haller the Hammer.
You have to get him in first. He's pricey, that lad.
I wouldn't recommend that after my captain choice this week, trying to go a bit left field with the captain. I don't think it works too well. Stay away from that.
Yeah, Sean, tell us about that. It's the top of the league. You decided this was the week to go for a captain no one else had. If it had played off, you'd have been laughing. What did you do?
I was getting a bit baldy, and we called it at the end of the show last week, and I decided to actually follow through, and I picked Lundstram as my captain. I started watching the game. Yeah, I thought Sheffield United started well for the first half an hour. Arsenal, again, they don't look creative at all. And then just before half-time, they pop up and get that goal, which actually was a decent goal, and that kind of snookered it all. So, Sheffield United obviously did fight back, though, and they did well in the end to get a 1-1 draw. But I think Lundstram, is he almost one that his days kind of passed? I was actually reading before the game a lot of Sheffield fans saying that he might not start. He's fallen out of favour as well a bit. And he did come off after 60 minutes. So you could see that over the next couple of weeks as well. Maybe he will start to drop out of the team.
Yeah, don't try and good call. And
if
he does start dropping out of the team, I think you're wise to get ahead and get him out sooner rather than later, so you do cash in on the additional funds you will have made from him. And there's plenty of other defenders in the league that are coming through. Young Williams playing for Manchester United. Perhaps not going to get many cleanies, but there's options out there, I guess is what I'm trying to say, if you do want to get rid of Lundstram. But Sheffield United, for me, are a team that do look quite good at the back, so probably would keep them. Neil Van Dijk, one player you had was Mendy, and I wanted to just ask you a little bit about him. I heard that Mendy's been on top form recently. He set up the most chances in the last two weeks out of any player in the whole of fantasy. Are you thinking that he's one to hold on to? I know he's injured and 75% chance of playing, but a bit of a secret weapon maybe.
I mean, to be honest, I think kind of probably about what he started coming back into contention and then back into form about 7 game weeks ago. You know what? I've held him on purely because I think there's just been other areas of my team that have pretty much required transfers to be made. So just by chance, to be honest, I've kept him in, and I've just been fortunate enough that he started to play. Interesting though, I think though he's kind of played what I think kind of pretty much 90 minutes for the past 6-7 games, I think bar one against Sheffield United and game week 20.
Yeah.
And like you said, he's created a lot of chances, but I guess unfortunately, and this is naturally through not keeping a cleanie, he's not really kind of returned a massive amount of points, for considering that if you think back to kind of when he first came into the City team, he was really kind of on top of the list, and I kind of expect a little bit better from him and contribute to more goal scoring chances, or kind of converted goal scoring chances, because then he would be my kind of diamond in the rough. Otherwise, right now he's kind of just doing it. And,
there was a lot of excitement about him last year. I remember last year, I think he's only played like 1 or 2 games, and he did like 3 or 4 assists in one of the games, and I think everyone was thinking, get him in, and then he never really fulfilled. He's a little bit like Aurier, if you ask me. He just looks like he's got promise, but then he's a little bit doesn't bring it home. But nevertheless, one other guy I wanted to just quickly touch on, the Perm. Where was the Perm this week? He wasn't even in the game. No Perm at all.
Didn't he not almost score, but the defender put it over the bar? Wasn't that him, or was that someone else?
He was through and then he pulled his hair, didn't he? Dragged him back by the Perm.
By the short and curlies.
He got him right on the short and curly, mate. Alright, guys, alright. So, back to the league. Neil Van Dijk is in 4th. You've got Sausage Burner, he's next. Then you, unfortunately, myself, sitting in a lowly 7th position. 30 points from me, not good enough. Mate, it's awful. I'm very, very lonely and depressed, mate. I'm on the depth of retirement. I had a chat with Ricky Pellegrini that I might have to do a live broadcast and let everyone know I'm off. But I had a bad week. I had 30 points, lowest in the league. I was saying to Neil Van Dijk earlier, I got a little bit unlucky because I had Firmino up front who did score. It did get disallowed, rightfully so. But regardless, Mane got that assist and Firmino got the goal. That would have changed my week. Vardy missing that penalty and he was my captain. And then similar to Ricky Pellegrini, I had Traore sitting on the bench with 10 points because I went with the Perm. So it could have been different. I'm not too, I'm not going to change it too much. I've still got Delafeu. He's a blinder, he is. 4 points in 2 games. Excellent. But regardless, hence why I'm in 7th, guys. Below me, we've got Matty Lawless. He's in 8th. And then Patrick Vieira couldn't be with us today. Baby Raheem needed a new stroller, so they've all gone off to mother care, or Target as it's known out here, and Baby Raheem's picking himself out of a wheelchair with some new football boots. So Patrick Vieira, 32 for him. He's still propping up the table, and with Matty Lawless getting a nice 53 this week. Lovely score from Matty. He's on my short and curly. So Patrick Vieira, he's 50 points adrift at the bottom of the table. I think it's looking like a long way back for Vieira right now. He's almost 100 behind me, and that's tough for Patrick. But it's not all bad. He is 6 millionth in the world. 3 millionth, so he's in the top half. So good stuff, Patrick. But there you go, listeners. That's the league, the NYC Brit Street Boys League. With that all done and said, we're going to go over for the one flop of the week. Sean the John McGinn fanboy has just lost reception en route back from Philadelphia. So NVD, you're going to take away this segment. Who's the flop of the week, my man?
Let's do it. Well, I mean, just like the great Jurgen Klopp for his managerial prowess, I've got to give it to Mr. Ricky Pellegrini. I mean, he's kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes in our mini league, as we've just been discussing. And with a 70-point game week, he's kind of head and shoulders above the rest of us in terms of points for game week 23. So. I doff my cap.
I have to say, mate,
he got bored of the what was it, the pork pies, and now he's eating cucumber sandwiches. So I'm loving it.
He is, exactly.
Thank you
He's
very
having
much.
the steak, isn't he? I